Hey, welcome to 7 Tech. This is my first video. I've had a person reach out to me with a Lenovo Yoga laptop. I'll read you what he said. He said it's about 18 months old. It's his daughter's laptop. He said about 2 months ago, he would turn on the laptop and it would come on, but not see anything on the screen. After a few rounds of that, eventually we'd get a BIOS error that did display on the screen. So he took the back off and simply unplugged the battery as instructed in a YouTube video he watched. He put it back together and now it won't even turn on. So here's that laptop. I haven't touched it at all. We're gonna plug it up and see if we can get the same symptoms that he does. Right there, it's USB-C charging. Let's see, let's turn on the power. Not hearing anything. No lights. Orange light is still orange. Let's hold it for a minute, see what happens. All right. Well, we're getting the symptoms that he said he was getting, so I think we're gonna pull the back off and see what we're working with his battery back here, make sure he's not messed anything up in the back, and see what we're working with. It looks like we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 star screws. Let's go ahead and get them undone. Get this little pry tool and see what we can do. There we go. Here it comes. Just take your pry tool, work around. It's just clips and screws. All right, so here is the inside of this laptop. And we just want to look and check our connectors. This is the battery. So here's the battery connector. I may undo this and try powering it on just strictly off of AC power. Right now I just want to check, make sure all the connectors are in. Everything's looking good. Well, let's check the power button, make sure that is good, which is right here. Oh, well, there is a problem right there. Oh, sorry for the focus. So this is the board here that works the power button. And if you can see, the little ribbon cable is broken. That will require a manufacturer part. That's a button right there. Maybe that's another power button in case this breaks. So maybe I can get it powered on with that, because this isn't the original problem. The original problem was it was powering on, but he wasn't getting a display. So we may have two problems now. I'm gonna plug AC power back and try this button and see what it does. All right, so let's plug up power again. All right, we got the charging LED. Let's try this button. Not doing anything. All right, I'm going to undo the battery just to get power off of this while I'm poking around in here. There is this tape here, and I want to see what's behind here. Maybe there's something to do with the power switch. Not very hopeful. I was hoping maybe there was some kind of jumper that I could jump like on a desktop PC. For those of you who don't know, on a desktop PC, you have pins on the motherboard and you can just bridge the two pins and it'll turn the computer on if your power button is not working. All right, I'm gonna try and pull this power button out. I've got some ceramic tweezers just so I don't short anything out. Oh, it just pulls right out. There's a QR code. Oh, here we go. We got a part number. I just wish I could get this powered on so I can see the other problem he was having of it, because he was getting it turned on at first, and it was when he opened it and put it back together, it wouldn't turn on anymore. So we're dealing with two problems. I just wish I could get it turned on. And I'm gonna do a little bit of Googling, see if I can figure out anything about if there's any way to get this powered on without the power button, because I do see some points here. Maybe I can jump those little points. There's even something that says JP5, so that maybe that means jumper, JP, jumper. So I did a little research, and what I found is apparently a lot of Lenovo laptops have a Novo button, like a little pinhole that you put a safety pin in. I've looked on here. There's not one. They showed it on the side here. Some of them were up here. But they also said that sometimes it's a function button. So I'm going to try each function button and see if one of them turns it on. So we got volume mute, volume minus plus, microphone, brightness. This looks like a display. It's a picture of like a monitor. Nothing. Here's airplane mode. Got a picture of a gear on it. Gear, a lock, 3 squares. That's a calculator. Here's something with an S and a star. Oh, there we go. So there it is. Novo button menu. So let's just pick normal startup. Okay, now his original problem was that it would power on, but no display. So let's see if we get that. All right. I heard a little tone. And the light for the webcam is on. I don't know if you can see that. I don't know why that would be on. I wonder if the backlight's out. Well, no, because we just saw it. Let me display. I'm trying this display button. It's got a picture of a monitor. Oh, wait. I can faintly see the login screen. Excuse the reflection, but you can see just barely. You see the login screen. Is it just the brightness is down? No way. So the brightness was just all the way down. Wow. So that is a really dim screen. Well, there you go. The brightness was just all the way down. So there's still the problem with the broken power connector ribbon. It's not needed because I've found that other button, the Novo button, that will turn it on. So I'll contact the owner, let him know what I found, and see if he wants to order that. If so, I'll replace it for him. But if it were me, I would probably just roll with the Novo button. There we are, working computer. And look here, I've never used this before, but I guess it's the facial login. That's why the webcam is on. It's looking for you to do a facial login, I assume. One more thing I wanted to show. as I was putting it back together, I found this. And they said that the Lenovo button, that's the icon for it. It's a little U with an arrow. Let's see if you can see it. There you go. So, and that lines up exactly with that original button that I tried to press. And I just pressed it, and it did turn the laptop on. Why it didn't the first time I pressed it, I'm not sure. Maybe I was being complacent and the battery wasn't connected, nor the AC power. But anyway, this is the Lenovo button also. So there's a key, and let me show you that key because I didn't show it on camera. So this key right here is what turned on the laptop, that star with the S. And it booted up to that screen that said the Lenovo button. When I used this button that I just found on the back, it booted to the same screen. It said Lenovo button, power on menu, or whatever it was, and that did it. So anyway, I just wanted to show that there was in fact a pinhole Lenovo button that I found while I was putting the laptop back together. All right, so I've spoken with the owner, and he has elected to not replace the power cable, that he'll just use the keyboard button, which in my opinion, that's what I would do as well. I wouldn't worry about replacing that ribbon cable. There's a button on the keyboard to turn it on, so use that. But I figured there may be some people who want to replace that ribbon cable, so I figured I'd go ahead and show how to do it. That way it is on there. And another thing I wanted to show, now that I've got to take this apart again, is this back. So this is the monitor hinges here. So the back goes in like this and goes down. So if you do have to take one of these apart, don't pry here. You got to get the sides and the front undone so it lifts up this way and pulls out. So let's go ahead and get it back open, and I'll show you how to replace that. And also, so you don't end up like the owner, use some kind of little pry tool and keep it very close to the edge. I assume maybe he might have used a, who knows, a screwdriver, butter knife, and he had it stuck pretty far in. So when he came across, he cut that ribbon cable. So anyway, as you can see, I've got it undone and it pulls out that way. There's little tabs here that's got to go in. So be mindful of that. This is that broken power cable or power button ribbon. And you can see how that would have very easily happened if you're prying that. You end up catching it and breaking it, trying to pry that back off. Not a very good spot to put that, Lenovo. But anyway, when you're working in here, I have the battery disconnected. Make sure that's disconnected. You don't want power going through anything. And it's best to try and use plastic pry tools or ceramic tweezers, not metal stuff. Little plastic pry tool here that I have as well. Anyways, to get these out, there's a little black, there it goes, you see it just lifts up. I'll show you that again. So fold it down. All you do, just get under it and it lifts up. And then once you have that out, it just give it a little wiggle and it pulls straight back. And it would be the same on the power board as well. Take a look at that real quick. So pull it out with the tweezers. Here we might get a better close-up of how that works. So there you go, you can see the hinge right there. Flip back down. And that's how the majority of these little ribbon cables work. I'm just gonna stick that back in the computer there. And to reinstall the ribbon cable, just get it kind of flat, back in line with it. And I like to get it in there, kind of hold it with my finger, because I have had some that just don't quite stay in too good, and then fold that black hinge back down. And you can see this, let me move this out the way. So you can see this white line across the ribbon cable there. That should be in line with the edge of the connector usually. Sometimes I have seen them where that white line should disappear. So if you see the white line, it's not seated all the way, but this one seems to be where the white line is at the edge of the connector. And that's how you replace a little ribbon cable like that. If you see, I don't think I've ever seen any that are any other color besides the, whatever you want to call this, the housing being white or a beigeish white, and the hinge piece being black. That's typically how they are, the white and the black. Don't know that I've ever seen one a different color. But you see one like that, that's typically how they work. Well, there you have it. Turn your brightness up. I don't know. All I can assume is they were maybe using it in the bed and had the brightness all the way down, and then maybe the next day they tried to turn it on and it was too dim to see. But even then, that screen was very, very dim. I'm surprised it even goes that dark. I don't even know if that'd be usable in a pitch dark room, because I believe the only reason I was seeing that login screen was, one, because it was a dark background on that white, just generic profile icon. And I think it was just the light from my ceiling lights that was lighting up the screen. So if you enjoyed that video or it was helpful to you, please give me a like and subscribe to help my channel grow. And if you're in the Alabama or Mississippi state line area down on the Gulf Coast, that's the area I'm in, feel free to reach out to me. You can find my contact details in the video description. Let me know what you need. If you need a PC built or PC repaired, whatever, let me know. Maybe we can get you up and running and I can make some content. Again, my name's Curtis. This is 7 Tech. Thanks for the view. Please like and subscribe.